I watched all 12 Batman movies, and after 1,736 minutes, not only am I gonna rank them all from S tier to F tier, I want you to answer one very important question about each movie that I'm gonna ask. So let's get started with 1966's Batman. This movie, I can't even call it bad because Batman, when presented like this, it's just meh. This movie is unintentionally hilarious to Robin's ridiculousness.
You all right, Robin?
Holy molars. Am I ever glad I take good care of my teeth?
True. You owe your life to dental hygiene.
To the time the Riddler shot rockets in the air, not to blow Batman up, but just to skywrite a riddle. I won't even talk crap about this movie because Adam West is amazing, and shout out to Lee Merriweather who plays 3 characters including Catwoman, but Batman is so horny, he doesn't even notice. So C tier, and I have 0 questions about this movie, so let's just move on. 1989's Batman, starring Michael Keaton. This movie won an Oscar for production design, and Jack Nicholson absolutely brought it, which is why he was nominated for a gang of awards and won some for his portrayal as the Joker. Which leads me to the question, and I want you to think about it, don't just write it off. Which Joker was better, Jack Nicholson's Joker or Heath Ledger's Joker? As an action movie, it's not that good, but everything about this movie is just amazing. The soundtrack, especially the Prince songs. Put this question to you, 'cause I want you to be with me. The set design, again, the Joker. Also, it's the best version of the Batmobile. S tier movie.
Just the pussy I've been looking for.
Batman Returns sucks. Danny DeVito brings it as the Penguin, I'll give him his props, but this movie is gross and weird. Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman is whatever, I guess, but I do need to know, how does a bumbling, clumsy secretary that gets pushed out of a window and licked by cats become Catwoman? Did I miss something? How is she all of a sudden able to do 30 backflips? I know the origin story varies, but here it makes no sense. D tier, this movie ain't it. Batman Mask of the Phantasm is a movie that probably most haven't even seen. Released in 1993, this movie bombed, but it's a pretty good animated movie. It starts a bit slow, but when the Joker shows up, who is voiced by Mark Hamill of all people, yes, Luke Skywalker, the movie picks up and it's pretty damn good. There isn't really anything memorable about this movie, so I'll stick it in C tier, but my question is, why didn't you see this movie? The Dark Ages of the Batman movies. Batman Forever. This is another movie where there is a standout, and in this case, there's 2, being Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face and Jim Carrey as the Riddler. This movie is absolute trash. It's over the top, it's campy, and it's not as hilarious as 1966's Batman. But my question is, how the hell does Two-Face get down in this shaft? No, seriously, how does he get down here? Batman and Robin. Let's just start with the question. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! Let's do a speed run of why this movie is really, really bad. Batmobile with a disco ball, bat skates, bat hockey, a laser that heats a pool of freezing water in seconds, a credit card that makes a sound when Batman pulls it out.
7 minutes.
George Clooney bobbing his head the whole damn movie like this. A plant that eats poison ivy even though she's the master of plants. You know what? Never mind, F tier. You guys know this movie is terrible, but it is a movie that I fall asleep to often. I will admit that.
Where are you? Here.
Next up is the Christopher Nolan trilogy, and to a lot of people, these are the only Batmans that matter. Batman Begins is a really good movie. It's a little slow, and that's mainly because it covers the entire genesis of the Batman Bruce Wayne story. The parents' death, how he becomes Batman. Nolan captures a gritty, scandalous Gotham, and this movie is a great setup for what's to come in the next 2 movies. But here's the question. How did they get the toxin out of the water? The League of Shadows gets pretty far spreading the toxin before they get stopped. So a lot of people, and I mean a lot, should be killing each other. Not to mention some people that boil water for some Velveeta macaroni macaroni and cheese or taking a shower, they would just go instantly insane. And they just present it as everything is fine. Just a thought. The Dark Knight. Come on. We know this is an S-tier movie. Probably the best comic book movie ever, and Heath Ledger's performance is just amazing. So let's just get to my question. Where does the Batmobile come from in this scene? They are clearly like 10 levels up in the parking garage. The Dark Knight Rises is a film that isn't that good, but I feel like people give it a pass solely because The Dark Knight Rises, it exists. It rests on The Dark Knight Rises laurels. I don't know, man, this movie is long, or maybe it just feels long, but Bane is a super badass, case in point. And this is quite possibly the worst death in the history of film.
Work is done.
But I have so many questions. How does he put the Batman signal on the bridge? When does he have time for that? How does he even get back to Gotham from the prison that's on the other side of the world? How does the prison have American cable? Who runs the prison? How do they feed the people? How does any of this work? Whew. Okay, C tier. C tier. Batman v Superman. This is technically a Batman movie. This movie is absolutely terrible. So again, let's just get to the question first. F tier. It's so bad, but my question is, why does he call his mother Martha? There is no scenario in the world where a real person would utter this sentence in this scenario.
Kill Martha.
Moving on. The Justice League, the theater cut, the super cut, the Snyder cut. It's all trash. All of them. Any Hollywood director can make a movie that's good if given 5 hours, and the Snyder cut is only good compared to the theatrical version. D tier, because the Snyder cut is better, but my question is, why do those white girls start singing when Aquaman swims away? Aren't they cold? In closing out our Batman tier list is the Batman. First question, do you like this version of the Batman?
I'm vengeance.
Forget that Robert Pattinson was in Twilight. Do you like this version? Comment right now. People hated on the Robert Pattinson version casting. I guess I kind of get it. I saw the first 7 minutes of the first Twilight and it looked terrible, so I didn't watch any of the rest. But this movie is excellent. People call it boring, but to that I say you have TikTok brain and you don't know how to watch movies anymore. But nah, it is kind of long, but this movie is S tier. It's S tier as fuck, as a matter of fact. The score is great. Robert Pattinson does a great job, even though he's like dirty the entire movie, which is kind of weird. Batman as a detective is a nice wrinkle that I feel the Nolan trilogy is missing. Even if he did figure out how to put like a bullet and get a fingerprint and did that whole weird thing, that was stupid. Paul Dano brings it as the Riddler. Watch this movie again and come back and tell me you love it. But before we go, I want to ask you, how the hell does Coulson's car get inside? There are pillars here, barricades, and people. No, seriously, how does it get up there? And guys, that's gonna do it for our Batman tier list. If you haven't figured it out, my favorite Batman is actually the Batman. It's not the Dark Knight. My least favorite is Batman and Robin. Batman Forever has a secret place in my heart. What is your favorite Batman movie? Do you disagree with my rankings? What questions do you have? Hit the subscribe button, follow below, and I will see you guys in the next one.